yoga class in a few days for Instagram anyway, so we're just going to jump right into it. So why don't we start in a forward fold right in the center of your mat. Buddy. So as you come into this forward fold, maybe you're close to touching your toes, maybe you're not anywhere close at all. Feel the back sides of your legs, feel the low back, see if you can find a little release here. Just maybe a nice gentle pull. Curl your fingertips down towards your heels and start taking some really big breaths. Inhale, lift your chest up, come to a flat back position. So squeeze your shoulder blades back, press your hands into your shins a little bit. So we're trying to activate the lats. So the more you can press your hands into your shins, the more activation you're going to feel on the sides of your rib cage. Wrap your armpits in like you're trying to squeeze a piece of paper underneath your armpits. Draw your low belly in. Extend from the crown of your head to your tailbone. Inhale, press just a little bit harder. Lift your chest a little bit more. And with your exhale, release. Just round everything down. 3 more times, just one breath. Inhale, lift your chest up, press. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, down. One more time, big inhale, press. This time, extend your arms out to the sides. See if you can keep that same engagement in the sides of your ribs. So it's almost like you're trying to squeeze your elbows, your shoulders back. Keep your chest lifted, a little bend in the knees. Lengthen from the crown of the head. Back to your tailbone one more time. And just lean over into your left foot. Lift your right heel just maybe an inch off the ground. And then slowly shifting to the other side, lifting your left heel up, right heel pressing down. Inhale again. Now with your exhale, both heels down, reach both hands straight out in front of you. So like you're holding the ball, reaching it up above your head. And we're just going to do 10 little pulses here, just pulsing your chest away from the floor. You're going to feel a pretty intense activation to your hamstrings, your low back. Reach a little bit longer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let your hands hang all the way down. Bend and straighten your legs a couple times. Alright guys, from here, tiptoe your feet together, big toes to touch. And just squat down. Squat down as low as you can with your heels on the floor. Notice my knees are between my elbows. Sink it down. So I can come down pretty low here. If you can't get down quite this low, that's okay. We're just going to work on range of motion and get the hamstrings to light up a little bit more. So fingertips down, chest lifts, big inhale. Exhale, straighten your legs. Come back to that forward fold. Let's do 4 more. Inhale, hips down, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten your legs. Inhale. Exhale, press. 2 more times. Last one. Straighten, fold. See if you can get your legs just a little bit straighter. Pull your forehead in towards your kneecaps. Maybe the slightest little bounce here as you pull yourself in. One more big breath. Draw your belly in, pull a little bit more. With your exhale, nice slow release. So, bend your knees once again, but this time lift your heels off the ground. So we're just coming to this heels up, stacked ankles position. So ankles underneath your hips, hips underneath your shoulders. We're just working on this little balance element here. So you're gripping your toes down into the ground, squeezing the mat a little bit. Maybe bring your hands to a prayer position. So we're gonna spend 10 big breaths here. So as you roll your shoulders back, finding this balance. Maybe your arches are gonna start cooking a little bit. Just getting everything working. So welcome to our living room, by the way. Decided to film inside today, so just it was a little bit loud outside, and we can't really go to the beach or the park anymore because we get chased away. So Guess it's back inside for us. Shoulders back, chest lifts. Let's do 2 more big breaths here. And then gently place your knees down on the floor. So your feet were working pretty hard there to keep your knees lifted, so your plantar fascia are probably pretty lit up right now. You probably feel it in your calves. If this is really hard to do, just slide your hands down towards the floor, maybe not all the way. Maybe both palms are down if you really tighten your calves and your ankles. But do roll your shoulders back, so even if your hands are down, try to keep your chest lifted as best you can. Just 2 more big breaths here. Nice easy release, fingertips down. Uncurl your toes, tops of the feet on the floor, and then just lean back. So finally getting a little bit of relief. Just gently pulsing back, maybe lifting one knee off the ground. Just a couple breaths here. We're just getting everything in the lower body fired up before we start moving into a little vinyasa sequence. Maybe a little side to side lean just to see how that feels. Maybe a little twist. One more big breath. Moving organically, whatever feels good. And then hands down, bring yourself to a tabletop position. So I'm going to walk back a little bit just so you can see me. But swing your hips from side to side a little bit. Maybe rotate your ankles in one direction, back around the other way. Just getting a little mobility in the ankles after all that work. Okay, so let's turn this into a nice, easy back bending movement. So you're going to lean back under your toes one more time. So toes are tucked under again, just like that first movement. So put your right hand on your right heel, reach your left hand up and across. So other option, if this is really tough for you, you can lift your hips up for this one. So what we are going to do, everybody, so you're either up here reaching down, or you're going to plant your hand on your heel, reach up and across. And we're just going to alternate sides with this movement. So inhale, hips down, switch hands. Exhale. Now if you're up here, you're just going to kind of alternate reaching. Let's do 2 more on each side. So right hand, inhale, chest lifts. Exhale down. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Last one, left side. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, both fingertips down. Right back where we started. When you're ready, lean back. Lift your knees off the mat. So finding that stacked position. Reach both hands forward just to counterbalance your weight again. So remember when we had our heels down, squeezing our knees in between our elbows. Coming back to that same position. But what we're going to do is we're going to try and keep your arms up instead of reaching forward onto the floor. So big inhale. Exhale, lift your hips 1/4 of the way off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, halfway. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale, 3/4. So this is more like a chair pose. Inhale one more time. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, cactus, bend your elbows. Take a couple breaths here, just opening up through the chest. Chances are you're kind of collapsed forward for that last little bit, so just see if you can kind of go the other way, maybe reaching your arms a little bit wider. Inhale, both hands up, lift your heels off the ground. Exhale, both heels down, swan dive all the way to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, walk your hands forward, finding your plank position, so walking your feet back as well. Lower your right knee down to the ground, spin your back foot flat. So come into this modified side plank. Just open it up, left leg lifts when you're ready, reach your left hand forward. Inhale, get a little bit longer. Now with your exhale, left hand, left knee down to switch sides. Inhale, open. Exhale, reach and lift. Get really long through your whole right side. Inhale, all the way back down, both knees to the ground. 3 cat-cows, inhale, chest up. Exhale, round your back. 2 more times. Last one. Exhale. rounding your spine. Come back to halfway, neutral, tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. So as you pedal your feet out just a little bit here, just feeling everything. Again, draw on your low belly in. Tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling, bend your knees as much as you feel like you need to. So let's walk your feet in just about maybe 3 or 4 inches. So your feet are just a little bit closer to your hands. And press into your hands, press your hips back so you can get a little bit more stretch in the hamstrings. And we're just going to kind of pulse in and out of this position. If your heels are off the ground, that's okay. You're just working on it. It shouldn't be painful. You shouldn't feel like anything's going to pop. Don't force your heels down. And then rest. Lean into your left foot. Lift your right fingertips, or your left fingertips off the ground. So right hand down, left fingertips on the floor. Lift your right heel off the ground. So maybe reach your left fingertips back and just place your fingers on your big toe. Keep it lifted, keep pushing away. 3, 2, 1. Set both hands down, both feet down. And again, just pulse your chest back towards your knees. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and then with 1, leaning onto your right fingertips, lift your left foot off the floor. Just let it hover a little bit. So these long holds, these isometric holds, start where you start to build strength. Maybe reaching your right fingertips back to touch your left big toe. Hold that engagement. 3, 2, 1. Both hands and feet down. Inhale, looking forward. And with your exhale, step both feet to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift your chest halfway up. Exhale, slide all the way down. Inhale, reach both hands up towards the ceiling. Kind of like before, reach your right hand back and across with your left. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, side bend to the left. A little twist here, you can see me a little bit better on this side. One more time, inhale. Exhale to the right. Last one, inhale. Exhale to the left. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, swan dive down. Chest lifts, flat spine. Exhale, hands down, step back. So, 2 options. So we're going to work with a little upper body strength. So you can either, one at a time, set your elbows down onto the floor and then press back up. Or you can lean back, sliding your feet back a little bit, lean back onto your elbows, and then press back up to a plank position. So that's a little modification for chaturanga today. So let's do it one more time. So one elbow down and then the other, or lean back, elbows to the floor. It's like a little baby dolphin pose. And then lean forward, a little bit more lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, chest lifts as high as you need to go. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Take 3 big breaths. Inhale, lean forward to your plank position. And with your exhale, lower your right knee down to the ground. So coming into that modified side plank again. Turn your right hands out, your right fingertips out just a little bit so you have a little bit more stability leaning into the thumb side of your hand. So press down through that back foot. Last time we lifted, this time you're going to press down. Maybe reach your left hand up. Maybe press down so much that you can lift your right knee 1 inch off the floor. 3, 2, then 1. Knee down, nice and easy. Sweep your hand down to switch sides. Left knee down, right foot reaches back. Reaching up, get long through both arms. Again, leaning into the thumb side of your left hand. Press down to your right foot. Lift your left knee off the ground, just a little bit. No count this time, just breathe. Take 1 more big breath. Then gently set your knee down, gently set your hand down. Come into your tabletop position. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine. Inhale, chest lifts. Walk your hands forward. Dip your throat down towards the floor. Inhale, elbows down, slide through. Come into a Sphinx pose. Inhale, chest high. Exhale, lift your hips up, plank position, push the floor away. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, everybody hands underneath your shoulders, one at a time, pushing yourself up to plank. Shift back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. Now with your exhale, swing your right foot forward, set it down at the front. Inhale, chest lifts. Now with your exhale, just hop your left knee up. So your left knee and your right ankle are right next to each other. Press down to the top of your left foot, bring your hands to a prayer position. So your back leg is gonna kind of work as like almost like a rudder for this next movement. So almost all the movement is coming through your front leg. So see if you can lean your weight into your right foot as if you're trying to just lift your body weight off the floor. Now with your hands in that prayer position, take a big inhale. With your exhale, lift your left knee 1 inch off the ground. Press down through all 5 toes. Now you can press the top of your back foot to the ground, but 90% of the work's happening on the right side. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knee back down. Take one big breath, big inhale. Now with your exhale, press through your right foot, bring yourself all the way up to standing. Pull your left knee in towards your chest. Standing up nice and tall, keeping both legs engaged. So we're just gonna hang out here with the breath for about 4 more breaths. So the funny thing about that movement that we just did is that's the range of motion that people tend to have the hardest time with. So if you're really struggling with that, it's just because you're just working on this range of motion that you don't really use that often. Inhale one more time. And with your exhale, hinge it at the waist, step your left foot all the way back. Come into a crescent lunge, both hands up. Now let's just bring our hands to a prayer position once again. Lean forward so your back leg is more or less in line with your torso. So again, we're working on getting that right leg working a little bit more. We're going to come into a very simple twist. So as you lengthen through your spine, start to rotate your chest to the right, hook your left elbow on the outside or the top of your thigh. Inhale, expand through your spine. Exhale, twist. 2 more big breaths here. Inhale back to the middle, hovering over your thigh, reach both hands forward. Shoulders down away from your ears, get long from your fingertips all the way through your back heel. Inhale once more. Now with your exhale, both hands to the floor. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten out your front leg. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, rebend your knee. Exhale, straighten until your body says stop. Hang here for 2 more breaths. For work on rotating your right hip back, left hip forward. Try and square your belly over your thigh. Inhale one more time. Exhale, rebend your knee. Both palms down. Reach your right foot up and back, 3-legged dog. Lean it forward, 3-legged plank. Just hang here for a breath or 2. If you want an added challenge, come on your left fingertips. Maybe reach your left hand forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands down. Again, try walking your feet back a little bit, so maybe you're more on the tips of your toes. Big inhale. Exhale, lean back onto your elbows, or one elbow down at a time. And then lean forward to a plank position. Tiptoe your feet forward, lean forward a little bit more, and lower down. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out. Again, 3 big breaths. Inhale, left leg lifts up high. Exhale, swing it forward. Set it down. Looking forward, long spine. And then from here, just hop your right foot forward. Again, come into this kind of kneeling position. So, you guys know the deal this time. So this is going to be a really good way to find out whether you have one leg that's weaker than the other one, which most people typically do. So, just checking it out. This tends to be my weaker leg, so we'll just see how it goes. So hands in a prayer position. Take a big breath in. Press down through your left foot, get that activation, and then lift your right knee 1 inch off the floor. Take 5 big breaths. I'm going to shut up so you can just focus.
One more inhale. Exhale, gently set your knee down. Take a second to regroup. Remember, we're coming all the way to the top this next time. Press down through your left foot. Big inhale, chest lifts, find that activation. With your exhale, press, lift, and then all the way up, pull your right knee in towards your chest. Find that balance element. It's almost kind of like a flamingo's kind of stance. Standing up nice and tall. See if you can feel that connection from the crown of your head. So imagine you had a string on the top of your head that's pulling you straight up towards the ceiling, and then your heels just rooting down to the floor. One more big inhale. And with your exhale, bending at the waist nice and slowly, step your foot all the way back. Just for a breath, reach both hands up. Regular crescent pose. Then hands into a prayer position, slowly moving your chest forward like you're trying to lift off again, but just keeping that back leg straight and strong. Hinging at the waist. So just like when we're going to do that straight leg position in a few minutes, rotate your left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, get a little bit longer through your spine. Exhale, initiate the twist to the left, and then hook. Three breaths. Inhale back to the middle. Just for 3 breaths, reach both hands forward. Get really long, like somebody's pulling on both of your wrists. And then on a smaller scale, pulling on each one of your fingers. Sink in a little bit deeper. Dig deep, find that strength. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands to the floor. Remember, 2 times, inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, straighten it out. Once more, rebend your knee. Exhale, straighten your leg. Take 3 big breaths here. Just feeling the engagement, the stretch simultaneously. Nice and easy, rebend your knee. Palms or fingertips down depending on the length of your arms and legs. Step your foot back, and all the way back, 3-legged dog. Reaching high, and inhale, lean it forward. Remember, hovering in this kind of modified plank position. Maybe come onto your right fingertips, maybe reach your right hand forward, let it shake a little bit. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands down, maybe a little bit further forward than normal. Again, shimmy your feet back. So you can either sit down or lean back, elbows to the ground. My butt's kind of up in the air because it kind of has to be for that modification. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, straight arms. Walk your feet forward a touch. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, chest lifts. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lean forward to your plank position. Lower your knees down to the ground. Shift back for a quick child's pose. So let your forehead drift down towards the mat. Alright guys, so as you recover your breath, if you even needed to, or grab a drink of water, whatever you're doing, see if you can regroup, see what's been hard, see what's been not so hard for you so far. I'll just do a quick basic flow sequence and then move into a little bit more dynamic stretching. So when you're ready, tuck your toes, come to a downward dog position. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling. Now with your exhale, swing it forward, finding that low lunge once again. Now, wrap both arms underneath your thigh. Squeeze your hands in as close to your elbows as you can. So we're just coming down here as like a start position. We're not going to be here that long. We're going to do it 3 times. Inhale, both hands up, crescent pose. Exhale, wrap around. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, maybe wrap with the other arm on top. Inhale, last one. Exhale, wrap around. Holding on nice and tight. Inhale, lean forward. And with your exhale, straighten your front leg. Staying up here for one more big breath. Inhale, rebend your knee. With your exhale, both hands up, crescent pose. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, cactus elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Taking a little twist here. Inhale, hinging back. Find the back of your left thigh with your right fingertips. Left hand up to the sky. Inhale, get really long. Now with your exhale, slow motion. Left hand down to the floor. So spin on to the inside edge of your right foot, outside edge of your left foot. So you're in this modified plank position. Tiptoe your right foot back a little bit. So try and keep your hips lifted. Right hand to the sky or down on the floor if you need a little bit more support. Now lean into your right foot. Lift your left leg off the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it back. Find in your side plank. Step both feet back. Full side plank position. Put your left knee on the ground if you need to. Inhale one more time. Exhale, both hands down. Hands forward, feet back just a touch. Elbows down one way or another. One big breath here. With your exhale, palms down, arms straight, walking forward, lower down. Inhale, chest lifts. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, swing forward, set it down. Inhale, chest up. Both hands up to the sky. Arms up. Inhale, reach. Exhale, all the way down, wrap your arms. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, wrap around the other way. Okay, pump open across. Inhale again. Exhale, wrap. Okay, again, wrap your elbows all the way under. It's okay. Chest up. Straighten your front leg. Hanging out here, just feel a little bit. Say hi, Lauren.
Hi.
3, 2, and then 1. Nice slow release. Both hands up to the sky. Crescent pose once again. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, cactus elbows. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, twist. Remember, this is why we're doing this stuff, to kind of bypass the interruptions. Lean back a little bit. Find the back of your thigh. Right hand up to the ceiling. Sink in a little bit deeper. Inhale one more time. Now with your exhale, slow motion. Right hand to the floor. Again, pivot on both feet. So outside edge of your right foot, sole of the left foot on the ground. Leaning into this front leg. Find some strength one more time. Lift your back leg off the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it all the way down. Nice and easy. Step your foot back, finding the full side plank position. Take 2 more big breaths here. Then both hands down to the floor. Find your plank one more time. Inhale, lean forward, regular chaturanga. Lower down. Chest up. All the way back to your child's pose. Just take 2 more breaths here. We're going to make our way into a little bit more upper body strength work. Now we'll make our way down to the floor. Alright guys, tuck your toes, downward facing dog when you're ready. Murphy's food is directly underneath my camera right now. You probably hear him scooting around eating some snacks. Inhale, right leg up towards the ceiling. Now with your exhale, shift forward to a plank position. Bring your right knee to your right tricep. So we're going to play around with lifting the back leg up into a half frog pose. Can't even remember the Sanskrit name, but whatever, it doesn't matter that much. So just start to lean your weight forward. So notice I'm bending my elbows a little bit. It's almost like I'm trying to touch my forehead to the floor. And then I'm just working on lifting that back leg up and then back down. Let's do the whole thing one more time. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to elbow. Bend your elbows a little bit, make a little shelf, and then lift. One more big breath. Set it down, right leg lifts. Set your right foot down next to your left foot. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, downward dog. 2 times on the left. Let's try it one more time. Left leg up. Lean forward, elbow or knee to elbow. Bend your elbows. Find that little shelf. Find that little lift. Find the focus. Then nice and easy, carefully set your foot down. Lift your left foot to the sky. One more time. Shift it forward. Knee to elbow. Get it really high. Bend your elbows. Weights in your thumb side of both hands. Then lift. 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Left leg lifts. Left foot to the floor. Inhale, lean it forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, chest up. Let's get the backs of the shoulders now. Fingertips behind your ears. Elbows really wide. Take 5 breaths. A little bit higher. One more inhale. Now with your exhale, elbows down, find your Sphinx pose again. Remember in Sphinx pose, you can always walk your elbows forward a little bit. Give your low back a little bit more of a grace area. If you can walk your elbows underneath your shoulders, press down and pull. Find a little lift through the upper back. So I very much like a lot of other people tend to round my back a little bit too much. So this is a really good one for me. So I'm going to do my best to try and maintain this position. We're going to transition into a dolphin pose from here. So if you're super tired, you can just hang out here and just work on this lift. If you want a little bit more, walk your knees in towards your elbows one more time. Tuck your toes under, find that little lift through your chest. Lift your hips up and press your chest back towards your thighs. So also trying to keep my arms or my hands a little bit wider. So I'm getting a little bit more external rotation in the shoulders. If this hurts your shoulders, walk your hands in towards each other. Take 3 more big breaths, pressing it back. For 3, 2, and 1. Gently set your knees down. Lean all the way back onto your heels. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Just close your eyes. Take a couple big breaths. So if you guys can't tell, I have not left the house yet today. I'm starting to feel a lot like Erlich Bachman from Silicon Valley. The longer that we go in this quarantine, the longer my hair gets, the more I'm starting to look like the bad guy from No Country for Old Men, which is what I'm going for, so hopefully it's working. Shoulders back, chest lifts. Okay, so from here we're just going to transition into a hero pose. So if this position hurts your knees, what I want you to do is just work on this internal rotation of the hips. So just bring your knees together, ankles wide, and then just lean in back slowly. If you have the range of motion and it doesn't hurt, and it kind of helps to take your calf meat and just kind of rotate it to the sides a little bit, I like to kind of prop myself up on my heels. And again, if this doesn't feel good, just keep your hands on the floor in front of you. Shoulders back, chest lifts up. Just sinking down for about 5 breaths. One more big breath in. With your exhale, push yourself up a little bit, walk your hands out in front of you. Walk your knees back to your tabletop position, so knees underneath your hips. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, round your back. See if it's any different than those other ones that we did. And flat spine, tuck in your toes. Lift your knees up, walk your hands all the way back to meet your feet. So we've got the legs working quite a bit here, so hopefully you have a little bit more range of motion, but if you don't beat yourself up about it. Option, either grab your big toes like a hook, or walk your hands underneath your feet with your palms facing up or down. So if you do this a lot, you can try turning your palms down on the floor and stepping on the backs of your hands. Inhale, chest up.
Now with your exhale, fold at your waist, forehead to knees. Relax the back of your neck. And just breathe as deeply as you feel like you can. Release one hand, release the other hand. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold forward, lean into your left foot, lift your right leg up and back. Lengthen through your spine, walk your hands out in front of you. See if you can bring yourself to that three-legged plank position one more time. Big inhale. Now with your exhale, right knee towards right shoulder, kind of like when you were doing that half crow earlier. And then just step your foot to the outside of your hand. Shimmy your left foot back a little bit, just like we've been doing. Working lowering your elbows down towards the floor. Get into the medial hamstrings, the inner thigh, the hip. Come into this lizard pose and just kind of play around with it. So maybe your arms are straight, maybe your back knee is down. Do whatever you gotta do to make yourself relatively comfortable in this position. Gently set your back knee down and just take 5 more breaths in the more passive version of this stretch. If you're down already, just kind of hang out with it. Just letting your body open up with the weight of gravity. Hands underneath your shoulders. Take your left knee and shuffle it in just a little bit. So I want you to be very careful with this next movement. Start to walk both hands over to the left. And then you're going to pivot on your left knee and your right ankle. And we're just going to transition into a frog pose. So if that was hard for you to do or you felt any pain at all through that movement, just come meet me here some other way. I have the inside edge of my feet down if that's too much for you. Try like a wide child's pose. It's still getting a nice little stretch for your hips. It's just a little bit easier on your knees and ankles. If you feel okay with your ankles, inner ankles down on the floor, you can do that. Inhale, chest high. Now with your exhale, just press back. 5 breaths, get a little bit more active with this posture. One more big inhale. Chest up, press back. And a nice, easy release. From here, just tuck your toes under. Press your heels down. Come into this wide-legged downward dog position. Walk your feet back onto your mat as needed. And then walk your hands on your mat underneath your shoulders. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold it down. Walking your hands forward just a little bit. Bend both knees. We're just going to work our way into that lizard pose going the other way. So right knee stays off the ground suspended just for about 30 seconds. So you can do this. You can do anything for 30 seconds. Just do your best. Chest lifts. Walk your hands forward. Sink in. Take 5 of the biggest breaths you can. One more time. Now with your exhale, gently set your knee down, working a little deeper into the pose for 5 more breaths.
underneath your shoulders. This time just tiptoe your right foot in between your thumbs, or your left foot in between your thumbs. Slide your foot forward a few inches if you have long legs like me. Pull your toes back and just draw your hips back. Just like before, focus on drawing your right hip forward, left hip back. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold your belly towards your thigh. One more big inhale. With your exhale, rebend your knee. Step it back a few inches if you need to. Tuck your back toes. Lift your knee up. Walk yourself down the middle one more time. And we're just going to go straight over to the other side. So walk over towards your right foot. Left knee down on the ground. Toes of the right foot peel back first. And then draw your hips back. Slowly tiptoe your foot back, sole the foot down, and then just step your right foot back to meet your left foot. One final downward dog here. Get as long as you're up through your arms and legs as you can. Inhale, hips draw back. Exhale, step or jump all the way through, lower down onto your back. So as we make our way into these last couple postures, just think about getting everything nice and loose. Even think about getting the joints in your fingers to relax a little bit. So just maybe shaking your hands out a little bit, wiggling your toes. Bend both knees, cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Taking the hip stretch nice and easy on the knees today. And just interlace your hands either on the back of your left thigh or the front of your left knee. 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze it in. Carefully release your left foot onto the floor. Left hand on the floor at your side. Right hand grabs your big toe up on your right foot. So from here, we're just going to work on straightening the right leg. If your leg does not go straight, that's fine. Don't worry about it. More importantly, try to get your spine as long as you can on the mat. So the back of your neck's find a little length. You're finding a little double chin tuck here. So if my leg's a little bit bent, hopefully yours is too. Slide your left foot forward as much as you feel like you need to feel that full stretch in the back of your right thigh. Just 2 more big breaths here, guys. Start to walk your left hand out to the left like a T. And then slowly bending your right knee in towards your chest. Drop your knee over to the side, and then extend both arms out, looking towards your right thumb, maybe giving your knee a little assist with that left hand. And easy, bring it back to the middle. Do the same thing on the other side. So both knees bent, cross your left ankle over the top of your right knee. So pulling your toes back towards your shins, reach through, grab what you can grab. Once you find something, just 3 big breaths, so see if you can get the most out of each one.
trying to find that length in your spine. Peel your tailbone down towards the ground. Get the nape of your neck as close to the floor as you can. And then release your right foot down. Grab your left big toe with your left fingertips. Right arm at your side for a little balance assist. Kick your left heel up and then just slide your right foot forward. Maybe it's flat on the floor, maybe it's not. Rotate your left shoulder back and down into your socket. It's almost like you're trying to press your left shoulder blade into the mat. So even if your knee's bent, work more with what your shoulder's doing rather than jamming your legs straight. Stay active in the pose. For 3, 2, and 1. Rebend your knee, arms out like a T. Drop your left knee over to the right. Again, maybe if you want to press down a little bit, that's fine. Don't force anything. Nice and easy unwind, soles of the feet down. We're going to finish with just a little bit of core exercise to wind down. So I'm going to finish today in Shavasana and we're just going to leave it there. So we're making our way there, but we're just going to work on a little bit more core strength. So if you tend to have neck issues, I want you to keep your hands behind your head for this whole sequence. If your neck doesn't tend to bother you through this sort of thing, you can do what I'm doing. So chest up. First one, hands on your thighs or hands on the back of your head. If your hands are here, don't pull on your neck. Use your abdomen, don't use your neck muscles to get it to where you're going. So palms on your thighs, just slide your fingertips up over your kneecaps. We're going to do 10 of these. So exhale as you come up. That's 8. 5. 3. 2. 1. Okay, halfway up, either hands behind your head or hands reaching out on either side of your thighs. Reach, tap your right ankle, tap your left ankle. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands behind your head. Everybody this time, reach your feet up towards the ceiling. We're just going to do little pulses, just lifting your tailbone off the ground. Imagine you're trying to touch your big toes to the ceiling. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15. So notice it's less of a kick and more of just like a reaching up to tap. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend your knees, soles of the feet down. Lift your hips up. Maybe grabbing the edges of your mat to walk your shoulders in just a little bit. Squeeze your butt. Just the slightest pressing and pulling back through your feet. One more big inhale. Now with your exhale, tailbone down, reach your legs really long, reach your arms way up above your head. Stretch your whole body out as long as you can. See if you can feel a nice little stretch through your abs. Inhale, reach a little bit longer. And then exhale, release. As you make your way into your Shavasana, pick a comfortable position where you can hang out for 5 minutes or more.